What's going on, everybody? I'm Aaliyah Michelle.
And I'm Purple.
And I'm Keisha.
And this is Cocktails and Combo.
With Purple.
And Lee. Alright, so a couple of things before we start. We have a guest. So this is my boo thing from high school.
Yes.
Woo! Lord Jesus, I'm showing
you
my
start
age just a
counting.
little bit. Just a little bit. 10 plus years, you know. If y'all can see the table, it's because we eating, because we're drinking, and I ain't eat today. Did you eat today?
Not at all.
Lee ate before we got here, so we still making her eat though, because Wingstop just gave us a bunch of food we didn't pay for. So that's one thing. We are going to, before we get into like our topics, we gonna talk about something that we was just talking about while we was waiting for this food, which is what we want to do: actions versus words. All right, so we are talking about guys or females, because I feel like females might do it too, who say they don't want to be in a relationship but act like do relationship shit, right? So Lee, what's your input on that?
I don't
Like,
think
people
there's
who do
nothing
it.
wrong with it. I would just say at some point it has to be a conversation, because just like for you to say that you don't want a relationship, okay, I already have set in my mind that we're not going to be doing relationship stuff. So that we are kind of doing relationship stuff is just kind of like a little misleading, I guess. I don't know, to an extent.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, dating is not really misleading, because that's what you do when you want to get to know somebody and want to see if y'all vibe, y'all go on dates. So I wouldn't even say dating is necessarily relationship stuff. I would just say to the extent of how many dates it is and how often y'all communicate
And
and
the
stuff.
type of dates.
Yeah, the type of dates, the stuff like that.
Okay, so hold on, let's get into type of dates. So what dates are just dates and what dates are like relationship dates? Like, give me an example of like just a date.
Going out a date where you go back home.
That part is important when you go back home.
Okay.
Alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go on a date and then go back to somebody's crib and spend the night, that's relationship shit?
More than
Pretty
once,
much,
It's
yeah.
like that's kind of like, or y'all doing like overnight dates and stuff like that. That's kind of relationship.
Okay. So for me, I think you could do relationship shit and still just be dating. I feel like the only way I don't know, I'm really big with communication. So I feel like if you tell me you don't want to be in a relationship, cool, we could do all the relationship shit, but it's still considered just dating to me until you say, I want to make this official.
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not saying assume that person is your boyfriend just because y'all doing a relationship. It's just like
It's mixed
the
signals.
things that you're
Very
the
much
things,
so.
The things that you're saying is not the things that you're doing. It's not
Because
how
if
you're
over
acting.
here I'm saying we're not in a relationship and then we're acting like we're in a relationship, which means if we're acting like we're in a relationship, those kind of relationship feelings and things of that nature are going to start coming about.
Exactly.
And then now it's like things that wouldn't bother us because we're not in a relationship. It's now
Now
going to
bother
start.
you.
Now it's bothering us because now we doing relationship stuff, and now like your brain is trying to tell you
Right.
that you're not in a relationship, but your heart is saying something different because we are here
Mm.
doing things like we are in a relationship.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the last thing you want to happen is you catch feelings and y'all start. Maybe it's like 6 to 8 months later, and you kind of like, all right, well, what we doing? And he be on some shit like, well, remember I told you I didn't want a relationship. Hold, nigga, then why the fuck is we doing
All right,
all
so
this?
how long do you feel like you should date someone before you start to before you have that conversation about getting into a relationship?
I feel like I don't really want to put a time limit on it because everybody moves at their own pace. I would just say once y'all realize y'all have more than those regular friendship dating feelings for each other, like once it start getting to that point where y'all start getting jealous of who this person is doing that, and oh, I didn't hear from you today and stuff like that.
That be me on day 2.
Because you start
Because I feel like
caring
you
about
still
stuff
should
like that.
communicate though,
Yeah.
regardless
When you
of
dating
like if
or
we're
when you
dating
should,
or
like-
if we're in a relationship. I feel like you should communicate. Like,
Right.
but you
if
definitely
I'm used to-
communicate more when you're in a relationship.
True.
Right, but you know, when you just dating somebody, if you text them and they don't text right
It's
there,
just
but
like,
they text
oh,
back
wow.
later on, it's like, all right, but you
Yeah,
did hit me back.
it's no big
But
one.
when you really start liking somebody and you like, no, because I know you.
You start looking, you know what you do?
So why you
You
not?
start looking at
The
the
time.
time, like, all right, I text him at this time,
Yeah, so why
and it's this time, and he ain't
Exactly.
texting me back.
So
what he
once it
doing?
start getting
Yeah.
to that point, I feel like it's important to have a conversation about where y'all head at now, because it's like, all right, you
But I
don't
feel
want
like
this shit
in a
anyway.
whole, when you're in that situation, I believe both parties can feel when that shift comes.
Mhm.
Both parties can feel it. Now, whether if both parties want to admit it or if one person is just admitting it, you can feel it. You can feel the shift because then it become like tension a little bit.
So, but what happens when you feel that type of way about somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to be in a relationship? Like, what if you still want to date and
if you
stuff?
don't want to be in a relationship, then you don't bring up the conversation.
Okay.
About being in a relationship.
Right, and
if
then
it
you-
doesn't bother you,
then you check yourself like, all right, now what's up? Like,
I don't really want this.
Yeah, like
I'm feeling
so
some
you-
type of way, but I
you
don't
growing,
really
yeah,
want
so
this.
If you saying that you don't want a relationship, then you need to pull back and chill out
I
and stop
don't think you
acting
gotta
like
pull back. I feel like you could do relationship shit with somebody you're dating and not want to, because maybe you enjoy spending time with this person and y'all click, but you're not really ready for that commitment. So I don't feel like that means you gotta pull back. You can still do the shit you doing.
it all depends on you.
You,
and how
like you
you
say, it
act.
really depends on the person.
Cause
If you
if
know
you-
yourself,
yeah.
then some people might need to pull back. Some people can keep on playing those games. But me personally, I'm gonna need to pull back.
So you pulling back.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If you start
I'm gonna have to pull back.
finding yourself like checking the time they called and
Yeah, now you,
you ain't
crazy.
talked to them all day.
You feeling way
acting
into it,
crazy.
hellish. Chill out. All right, now.
So
Yeah.
my thing is, for me, I can have that talk with myself. Like, I'll go to send a text like, "Damn, you ain't," and then I was like, "Hold up."
Exactly. That's pulling back a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
I know I
that's
should not
pulling
send a
back.
text message. Yeah.
All right, and then we was also talking about whether or not you check out the package, and if so, when you check out.
Immediately. I'm not saying have sex immediately, but maybe by like
Cop
day
a
2
little
or 3,
feel.
y'all probably kissing a little bit more or getting a little handsy a little bit more. Yeah, I might just grab it or swipe my hand.
So
or
what
something
happens if
like-
you really like the person and you grab it and it's not give and grab?
That's a hard no for me.
It's a hard
A
no.
hard
A
no.
hard no, Lee.
Only because like sex is important in a relationship, so I'm
What
not
percentage
gonna
is
say
sex, Lee?
80.
I thought you said, first of all right, so if you guys actually watch Cocktails and Combo, me and Lee did an episode way back when we talked about what percentage of the relationship is sex. She said 50.
Sex is very important in a relationship. Like
What's the percentage of importance in a relationship for sex?
92. Say no. Say no. I would say sex is at least maybe 50% of the relationship.
Okay, what's the other 50?
Of course, love, loyalty, trust, all that faithfulness. That's kind of
So you saying all of the
Fun.
important stuff into 50 and
The
then
sex-
sex got a whole 50.
you gotta think. If somebody
Now she's saying 80.
She had to change her heart.
okay, honestly, because it's like when you, especially like when y'all in the beginning stages, when y'all like in the little honeymoon phase, and y'all around each other all the time.
That's
of
when
course
you wanna know.
Of course, you want the sex to be good. So it's like if the sex is not good, it's like say everybody, this person they doing everything right, so right now they got an A.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm gonna say what's something that's probably gonna push their communication not all the way there, or they start falling off of communication, so then they drop a grade a little. Maybe they got like an A minus. If you find out on top of that their communication not being good, and you big on communication, then the sex not good, that's like a D.
Damn.
And it's like
Damn, that ain't no C. You barely passing.
You barely pass it.
because it's like you gotta like have something to look forward to.
All right,
It's
so
like,
wait. Do little package equal bad sex all
Yes.
the time? Oh, okay.
Cause what can you do? Depending on how small it is, you probably can't even like. Cause even if somebody don't have the size that you want, you can always make it work.
Somebody told
But
me
if
that. I
it's
don't
like
believe it.
tiny and a
How do you
baby,
make something work
You can
that
make it work.
ain't there?
if it say if you, like when we was talking, you said you used to everybody.
We're not gonna say what I'm
everybody-
used to.
Everybody used to, but I'll just say the average size, a 9-inch penis when it's hard.
Okay.
So
That's average?
I'm gonna just say
Okay.
9-inch penis. That's what you used to. That's what you had in your past exes, whatever. This person, you really, really like them. They doing everything right, but they hard. They got a 7-inch penis. That's actually not
That's
that
not that
bad.
bad. If you
But
go
then now
down
it's
to
a little
9, it ain't that
compromise.
Yeah,
bad.
it's not that bad. It's,
But what if you go from like 9 to 5?
No, ma'am. Because
Absolutely
5 is
not.
like giving me like middle school vibes.
5 is
It's giving me
Yeah,
middle school
y'all
vibes.
humping.
Yeah.
it's like this finger.
Middle,
right here.
like I said, middle school vibes. Like we just humping
Humping.
for no reason. Mm-hmm.
So y'all can. All right. So let's like scenario. You dealing with a guy, you like him, y'all vibing. You find out it's small. You continue to like date him.
So how did I find out? So I just touched over. We had sex.
All right. So let's say you touched it.
Okay.
Do you keep dating him? Do you let him know that you're concerned?
No.
Now, all right, let's say y'all had sex and it was good, but it's small. You cool with that?
If it's good, then
I really don't need to complain at that point.
So y'all have sex and it's bad.
No.
So you gonna stop dating him completely, or
It depends. If I could really vibe with you, I would have to let you know at some point that it's not going to go any further than whatever.
so you couldn't be in a relationship?
No, not if it's bad.
So I remember I said, and I don't know, I don't think my perspective on this has changed, but like I'm not really into like teaching. Like
I don't want to have to tell
certain
you.
things. Like I feel like some guys now, granted, some guys not going to know what you like.
True.
But if I tell you what I like and you can't do it,
Then that's the difference.
then that's
Because
when
everybody don't like the same stuff. So it might be something I'm doing to you that you might not be like, you might not like. So it's a difference between you doing something I don't like and me feeling like you just don't know what the
you
fuck
just
you're
can't
doing.
do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we cross those two off the list because it was definitely something we was chatting about. So let's get to these cards. Who gonna go first? Well, you looked at her. Lee, you gonna go first. Let me get the hookah.
Do you believe in living together before marriage? Why or why not?
I'm gonna let you go first.
I mean, I've done it. Like I feel like if we together and we know we're gonna be together, what's the point of you being one place and I'm in another place? You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy if we had to pack a bag, go to your house, or vice versa, and we can just be right here together. I've done it.
Okay,
And
so
I'd rather you be there with me because I don't.
so you rather live with somebody before y'all get married?
Yeah, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into.
Okay.
Because I don't want we can't be in two different places. Then once you get married, you come in and now
There's a bunch of fucking surprises.
yeah, and you like where did this come from? Like you really need to know what you're getting yourself into. Is this something that I can deal with for a
like
long
all
period
the
of time?
time.
Yeah.
All right, so Lee, you feel like you gotta live with somebody before you get married?
I would much rather live with you beforehand.
I-
Sign
it's
up for
something-
for the rest of my life, and I don't even know what you live like. Like, it's one thing for me to visit your home and you visit my home. For us to really be in the same
Live.
house and see how this is gonna work and how we coexist, then yeah, I need to know.
So I've never lived with a significant other. I feel like I would want to live together first, but I would be open to not living together until we're married. Because I feel like after you marry, you locked in.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you got going on, whatever I got going on, if it's like, if we really doing this, then I'm just have to deal with it. And we're going to have to figure it out. Once
What
we
is
move
something
together.
that you absolutely
Like
cannot
what though? Like I can't. My thing is when it comes, if you're getting marrying this person, odds are all of the big things that could possibly be deal breakers, you've already crossed that line with
But
them.
it
What
don't
if he
even
got
really
shit
be-
streaks in his drawers and he just leave his drawers
in the middle of the floor, yeah.
and you step on the shit streak?
Then we're gonna have to talk about. Why am I stuck?
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just putting
So,
this
all right.
way it is.
It's possible.
No, it's not. Because when we move in, we're gonna have a. You put your drawers in the dirty clothes.
But some men don't do that.
No, but
Sometimes
you're
you
gonna
got
do
men
that.
that
I'm
live
not
by
moving.
themselves that just come right in the house
And take
or
they-
walk into the
drop their
bathroom
clothes.
and
So
just
the
drop their
thing
clothes.
with moving in, once we get married, is there's gonna have to be some changes and some compromises.
Which is why we should live together prior to. Because once we marry, we don't need to be in the middle of a honeymoon phase. Now we argue because
it-
you got your
yeah.
dirty drawers on the floor.
It
If I
takes
move my
time.
couch pillow, your nasty ass socks is rolled up, tucked in between my cushions. Like, no.
Yeah, and it takes time for people to break a habit. So
Yeah.
I'm very big on repetition. I hate having to repeat myself. So
Or women. Some women do
yeah,
it too. 'cause-
having to keep
Yeah.
having to say the same thing over and over, it gets like frustrating. And what if it gets to the point where he like, shit, this is my house too. If I want to step out my shitty drawers and put them on the floor,
Then I'm gonna do that.
then I'm
Divorce. But my thing is, so something like that, I'm not gonna divorce somebody over shitty drawers. If it came down to it, and I will what?
I'm just laughing at the shitty drawers.
If it came down to it, and his shitty drawers was on the floor, if I had to make that compromise, I feel like I would get like some tongs out the kitchen and like pick them up and put them in the dirty clothes. If I had
Trash.
Yeah.
If you can't wipe your ass, those drawers need to go in the trash. You're too grown
Yeah,
for
are
me
we
to be
having a
fighting with your
conversation
shit
about why
stains.
I'm looking at shit in your drawers?
And it's
Like,
more
why
than
is
just
it?
leaving my drawers now with the shit stains on the floor. Now we gotta talk about your hygiene because clearly you don't know how to wipe.
Wipe.
Yeah, you wipe till it's
Wipe.
clean. Not the fuck?
You
Wipe the
wipe-
tissue.
All right,
get
so
you some wet ones.
listen, this is what I'll say. How do you feel about guys having wipes in their bathroom.
I would rather you have wipes in your bathroom than you have shit stains in your drawer.
Very
I think that's I don't know why, but now because I've dealt with somebody who has wipes in their bathroom, now it's something I look for when I go over to guys' house.
Yeah, now you kind of suspect if you don't got wipes.
I feel like if you don't have wipes in the bathroom, you probably got shit stains in your drawers.
Yeah.
But then I think about it like, I don't have wipes in my bathroom. But I don't have shit stains in my drawers either.
Like you say, but then you gotta understand with the different upbringing and how hygiene was really strongly enforced as a little girl. Because you are more open. Little boys is like, you whip it out, you pee on the floor, you put on the toilet seat, you just shake it off and you put it back in. They don't even wipe it down, do nothing. So it's like different levels of hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
Girls have more steps we gotta do while we in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Boys on the other hand, it's like, all right, I done shit, let me take this one.
I feel like
wipe one time and then it's over with.
I feel like I still would be open to waiting until marriage to live with somebody. And it might be because I haven't lived with a significant other.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been. First of all, I like my space. So in a relationship, first of all, I haven't gotten to that point in a relationship. I got very close, but I haven't gotten to that point in a relationship where we were like cohabitating.
Oh yeah, we gonna cohabitate for real. 'Cause where you going with my penis? Where you going?
See, I don't care about that.
Oh, I do.
It's like the best thing.
Yeah, it ain't nothing like you can roll
Yeah,
over
like,
to the middle of the night.
That's when you can spend the night.
No, but you
No,
don't
it's
always
different.
spend the night. But
What?
you never
Give me a
know.
drawer. I'll be there when I get there. Give me a key. All right, so
No.
have you ever had a key
I've had a
to a
kid.
nigga crib but not lived there?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning. Yep. In the
Okay.
very beginning. Yep.
Okay. So when it comes to cohabitating, is he moving in with you? Are you moving in with him? Or y'all getting the place together?
Well, I've done both. He's moved with me.
What do you
and
prefer?
I moved with him. Honestly, I'd rather be in my own. I'd rather you come live with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lee?
I want somebody to come live with me.
I'd rather you come live with me. I'd rather you come live with me.
Or we could probably get something together, but it's like eventually. But
Right,
starting
eventually.
off,
you
I
want him to
really-
come live with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, again, I'm big about my space. I think I'd rather live with him only because, see, and this is bad. I can like dip when I want to. Like, instead of me having to kick him out, I can just leave. Like,
Yeah, true.
see?
And maybe that's why I'd rather be you had come in my house because you can't take you got one time to put me out.
I'll never come back.
Yeah, like I mean, it is what it is. You got one time to put me out, and then your home would never feel like my home. And if I'm already comfortable in my home, then you know what I'm saying is. And I've watched it. I've watched people go from dating to not living together to being married, and I've watched almost in every situation. I've seen the man move in with the woman because most times you already got children, you already established. It's easier
you don't
just
want
to
to
move
pick
that
up
one person. Yeah,
that makes sense. All right, who gonna go next? Me or Yuki?
I can go.
All right, with your cards.
I'm just gonna
Which
go with the
cards?
first one. Oh, this one says, would you ever date outside of your race? Why or why not?
I haven't. Honestly, I probably thought people outside my race are cute or good looking, but I've never had the thought, or I've never wanted to date outside my race.
I'm here for the black man.
Yeah, I like black men.
It's just
Nothing else. Like
yeah.
I don't.
I've seen some like cute little white boys like, hey, he cute.
I don't think I could ever date
I don't
a
think
white man.
I don't think I could date one.
I don't
but
think I even ever looked.
no, I could probably
twice.
date one. I can't see myself having sex with one.
So how are you dating and not having sex?
You can
Like
date
I mean,
somebody nice.
eventually down the line.
Yeah, and that's when I stopped dating them.
See, that's a waste of time.
No, that is first of all, dating is supposed to be fun. Now, granted, I'm not saying don't date without a purpose, but you know, you going in to dating for me, I'm not like, oh, like I plan on marrying him. Like this is
No,
it.
well, not
No, but I think after a certain amount of
yeah.
a few months or
And
so,
when I get to that point, then I'll be like, all right,
if
white
you
boy,
gonna love
it
that
was cool, it was
person,
chilling.
or
I'm
if
a dip.
you,
Or like Hispanic men, every now and then I see a Hispanic man like, okay, Poppy.
I would like a black man.
I definitely know for a fact when it comes to like my household, it's gonna be a black man for me. It's definitely gonna be a black man. Something about black men.
I'm black. My child is black. I want a black man to help raise this black household.
Mm-hmm.
All that.
Yeah.
What are your views on monogamy? Would you prefer to live a different lifestyle? Explain your answer.
No. I have known. Well, it was this boy. This guy I used to talk to every now and then, and he was in a polygamous relationship.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And I'm just like, it's. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. Personally, I just want my own person, somebody that I can build with. I don't need no.
I don't want to share.
We don't need a girlfriend. We don't need a boyfriend. Like, it's me and it's you.
That's it.
Because that's where too many lines get blurred. And at the end of the day, there's no way you can be there for me and this person at the same time.
Right,
all the
somebody's
time.
lacking.
Yeah, somebody's going to be missing out in some type of way. So there's no way. Especially if both of us have children or we have birthdays that's close together. Am I supposed to always celebrate my birthday with her? Like,
Yeah,
absolutely not. No, I want to do. I'm selfish.
Yeah,
I don't care.
yeah. I don't like to share, so.
Yeah, I
No,
don't like
ma'am.
to share either. I'm okay with a guy dating. Like, if I'm dating you and you're dating other people, that's fine. But once we get into a relationship, I feel like
No, they give me cheating vibes still. Like, if me and you are dating, we are dating to get to know each other. How can you fully get to know me and everything that I have to offer if you are entertaining somebody else?
So you never dated more than one guy at a time?
No.
What?
No, I feel like, I've dated and then I'll probably be texting somebody else or something like that. But it's very, maybe I would say maybe back in like early 20s when I really didn't even know what the fuck I wanted and I was just out here doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at this age, I can't see myself dating somebody today and then Tuesday I'm going out with this person and then Wednesday me and this person doing this and then Thursday I don't have the time. Or
I think when you're
patience.
dating, you should leave your options open because, I mean, just because I think maybe after like a good 2 or 3 months, then you could like do some exclusive shit. But if it's new and it's alright, so me when I was dating, am I dating now? I don't know what I'm doing. But there was a phase in my life where I used to give my number to every guy who asked and I found attractive. Only because to me that's dating. Because I feel like just because I gave you the number, that don't mean you're going to hit me up. That don't mean that you're going to make plans.
Or we
and
gonna
just because we do like go out, that don't mean I'm going to have fun. So if I could make plans with you on Tuesday and make plans with somebody else on Thursday. But if I have fun with you on Tuesday and you also want to see me on Thursday,
what you gonna do? Go out with both of them? One in the morning, one at night?
See, child, I don't.
there's
I
a
don't-
such
I don't
thing
get-
called
I don't
brunch
got
and dinner, bitch.
The energy, the patience.
I don't
and
got
then
the energy.
I'm not. I hate answering my phone sometimes. So it's just like something like that. A person probably stopped talking to me for real, because I can't talk. That's why I talk to one
You
person.
can't multitask.
It's not even multitask. I just putting my energy into that many different people. I don't like that many people even having access to me. Like the fact that all these niggas can just hit me up when they feel like it. Like absolutely not. Like I don't.
I mean, I feel like if somebody got your number, they can hit you up when they feel like that. But that don't mean you gotta answer.
I don't want to nothing. Like, I don't want, especially if you a nigga that don't got nothing to say. I hate that shit. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Block. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to. Like, just leave me alone. Like, I don't even want to see your name pop up on my phone anymore. Your number pop up on my phone. Whatever it is. I don't have the energy.
So have you ever been in a situation where like you was feeling more than one guy at one time?
For different reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
So then like, how do you like?
Well, for me, it was a while ago, but it all boiled down to who gave me the most attention.
Yeah.
If you making time for me, I'm gonna make time for you. If you're not making time for me, it's no way in the world that I'm making time for you. And at that point, you know what I mean, I was a single mom. I'm still a single mom now, but I had 2 young boys at that time. And if I can make time for you, and I'm trying to spend time with you, and you ain't got no kids, you can't make no time for me, then I'm gonna go with the one who's really giving me the time. Like, because that means you're interested. That means you're not interested if you're not making no time. Because people, you make time for whatever.
So what if they both make a time? What if they pulling for your time? Like how do you like determine?
It depends on how you're trying to spend my time. Because it could be one guy that's just trying to hit, and then you have one that's actually trying to spend time
to
with
get to know you.
Very sure.
Your intentions.
So I'm really big on action and like making plans. Like we doing this on this. Like say it's Monday, and for those like I'm in and out of town. Say it's Monday, and I tell you I'm gonna be here Wednesday, right? And on Monday you make plans for Wednesday, and then Tuesday you remind me about the plans on Wednesday, and then Wednesday you like I'm one of them people because I have a lot of people right now who will say like, oh, you coming in town this day, we should do this. And I'll purposely not say anything
just to see
from
if they
see it, because my thing is if you really want to see me, you're gonna bring it up.
Right.
And if you don't, cool.
Right.
I'm big on playing bees though. Is that bad?
It's the plan.
Not the pill.
I was say, what kind of plan, baby?
I thought about like, all right, I'm supposed to be doing this, but
just in case.
The plan B is real.
I don't know. It ain't really. For me, I don't really do the plan B because I don't really like.
You just okay with not doing nothing. Like if you don't come through, it's like whatever.
Yeah, because I don't really want to be outside anyway. And most of the time, most likely, I probably don't even want to hang out with you anyway. I'm just gonna hang out because you asked me to. Because I just don't. I don't like to be outside and be bothered and around a whole lot of people. Like, and sometimes going out, you in those kind of environments where you are around a lot of different other people.
All right. So, do you consider chilling in the house a date?
Depends on how many dates you've already been on, or like
Right.
where
That's not a first date.
Yeah, definitely.
No, definitely not.
That's not a first date.
No, not a first date.
You know, that's really.
But like, if y'all been dating and like they invite you over, is that a date or is y'all just chilling?
That's like a chill for me.
Chilling, that's not a date.
I feel like it could. I feel like chilling in the house can be a date.
It
depends on how you set it up and what y'all do,
it can very much well turn into a date, but most likely when you going over somebody's house, those turn into those
They don't count as
overnight dates that we was talking about on the other topic. That's how that happens.
I just feel like if I'm coming over, I'm bringing a bag and I'm spending the night because
Exactly.
what am I leaving for?
Overnight, exactly. But then when you stay the night, you know that either one of y'all going spoon or roll over in the middle of the night, and men is just men and they always ready. So what you gonna do with it when you roll over and it's there? Is you gonna pack your bag and go home, or
I'm placing.
See? Yeah.
Maybe if you got a bowl one, just put it in your mouth because then your mouth.
Right. Yeah. Like, you never just know what you get yourself into. So I'd rather keep myself out of them situations. See, you know, I'd rather keep myself out of them type of situations.
All right, Lee, what's your card say?
What do you consider to be husband or wife only benefits? Should these benefits be given while dating?
Oh man.
Well, all right. So first question is, what do you consider to be husband and or wife benefits?
So this husband and wife thing is like a real fine line. Like, okay, husband and wife benefits. You come in, y'all living together. Okay, I'm always living together, but I'm not supposed to be like running your bath water every night or making sure you got a hot meal on the table every night just because, you know what I mean, we living in the same environment. Like, if I want to do that, that's a plus, but I should not be held to that degree like, oh, you ain't cooked or you ain't run my bath water. Like, bruh, I'm not your maid.
Right.
Like, what's wrong with your hands? Where my bath water? Where my hot meal? You know, it's a two-way street. We're still dating. Like, I'm sorry. That's
Lee, what do you consider? All right. So for me, husband and wife benefits, I think, are clocking a significant other is definitely a husband or wife thing for me. Now, I don't feel like you have to do it if you're married, but I feel like you have grounds to do it if you're married. If we're only like boyfriend and girlfriend, I don't feel like I should have to tell you my every move.
No.
I think that. See, y'all talk about living together. I think living together is like really something really close. All right, so we don't have to be married to live together, but we have to definitely be on that track to marriage.
Right.
Like, we can't just be boyfriend and girlfriend and living together and be okay there. Because I know a lot of people get into relationships and they become stagnant in that boyfriend and girlfriend phase. Because, like, how long are we just supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend before...
That's a conversation.
we start to.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic. That's
Right.
one of the conversation.
So
that's the
I
topic.
think that clocking me is definitely a boyfriend girlfriend.
You think that's a husband benefit?
I mean, yeah, husband like wife benefit. That's definitely a husband wife benefit. Doing things like borrowing my vehicle. Real shit. And I'll drive a nigga car in a minute, but
So
Not
he
mine.
can drive yours.
You can drive his, but he can't drive yours.
listen, to this day, I don't think I've ever had a dude drive my car. And I don't know why, but that's just like. But I've drove niggas' cars, plenty of them. But I don't know, like. I don't know. For me, that's like a husband. That's a husband thing. Like unless no, I don't know.
Unless-
I was about to say unless you gonna go fill my tank up, but no, you can just give me the money. I'll fill my tank up myself. What else? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely a thin line because let's just say, and I'm over the like 5-year relationship with no ring.
Yeah, no.
Like I'm not doing that anymore. I've done it, but I feel like after 2 years, we should be progressing past the boyfriend and girlfriend phase. Like we should definitely be talking about marriage.
Right.
Because if you're not trying to marry me, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years, like 3, maybe inching to 3, 2.5. Like, but so what else? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people these days do a bunch of like. There's really no difference between what you do in a relationship and what you do when you're married.
I don't know. I don't know. The only thing with that is, even though some stuff might be husband or wife benefits, I feel like it's necessary to see, only to see if, because I feel like when you're dating, that's kind of like, even when you're dating, that's an audition to see if how far we can go or what you're willing to do or in a relationship.
Right.
So I wouldn't require it from you, but it is something that would be nice to see.
Right.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
You want to see. You want
yeah.
to see.
It's
You
like
know,
man,
if
You might
wanna
not
do it.
require me to cook for you every night, but you probably want to know, damn, can you cook? Can you cook?
Right.
Yeah.
So I might cook for you, just be like, yeah, nigga, this is what I can do.
Right.
But it's not a requirement. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, oh, until you're my husband, I'm not gonna cook for you. That's not realistic.
Right.
Because what if I just feel like, what if you carrying it? So I just want to be like, let me cook a nice meal for my man, because like he doing his shit. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I want to see the qualities you can bring as a husband, but they aren't requirements.
Okay. So if you don't see these things, now let's say from a me. Why are you scratching? So if you don't see these things, at what point do you? I wouldn't say have the conversation, but because I know as women we hold back sometimes from stuff, but I feel like men probably don't do as much as they could either.
Right.
In relationships because they're not married. So they don't, I feel like for men it's an obligation thing. So they don't feel obligated to do certain things because you're not their wife.
Mm-hmm.
With us, I feel like it's more of a, we're just holding back.
Yeah, if you ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. Most mentality.
Right.
Mhm.
So at what point, like if a man isn't doing certain things that you would want him to do you speak out on it or do you take it as, well, this is not my husband, so.
It just depends. Like, it depends on what qualities you want in a husband. I want a husband that's dependable. I want a husband that has good communication. So I'm looking for all that while I'm dating you or whatever else I'm looking for.
But if he already giving it to you, then why y'all need to get married?
What, him being dependable?
Yeah.
What you mean why we gotta get married?
Why
The fact
not?
that I know that you're dependable knows that, okay, you will make a good
That
husband.
seals the deal.
Yeah, that pretty much, like,
But all right, so I'm being dependable, right?
yeah.
I'm there for you and all of that, but I never proposed.
What you mean? That's a problem.
Why?
What you mean?
If I'm giving you everything you want,
Marriage is what I want. We're building towards
Yeah.
marriage. We're not just, if I'm dating you, if we're together for a year, we're in a relationship, whatever it is, we talk about moving, living together and stuff like that. Yes, we're going to talk about marriage because that's something that I want. And if it's not on the table at all, then I wouldn't even give a fuck if you're dependable or not because you're not going to be my husband.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So me saying that I'm looking for these qualities means that we've had this conversation. We know, our goals basically align with what we want.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm looking to see if you're the type of husband that I would want, or if it's some stuff that we might have to talk about. Because
So if
now,
a man is giving you everything you want, but don't propose,
no,
oh, okay.
because that's something that I
So,
want.
exactly. If and all you want is marriage, no matter what
he's
gives
doing.
you,
If it's not
and what
marriage,
you're doing,
it's not enough.
It's not enough. It's always going to be that void. It's always going to be something missing, because ultimately I want to be married. And if you're not willing to give that to me, there's no need for you to string me along all that time. Like when you said that 2, maybe 3. Like, because after that it's just like, now beyond that point we together, like you might, like, for what? Like,
Yeah, like what's the point?
what are we doing?
Yeah.
And now I'm saying something to you about marriage, and then
It's like,
you know
for what?
Yeah,
We've been together this long.
like, why do I have
so what's
to
the point?
push you and talk to you about this marriage thing? Because I feel like those are some of the questions that you ask when you first start getting in a relationship and dating somebody. Like,
How you feel about marriage?
How you feel about marriage? Do you want to be married? So if I'm expressing to you in that moment that, yeah, I want to be married, there's no need for us to be 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 years.
And you're not popping the question.
And you haven't popped the question
Yeah.
yet.
Either
I feel like if
you
I
don't
let
wanna
it be
married,
known-
or you don't want to marry me.
Right.
So what are we doing?
If I let it be known that I want to be married, and after 3 years you haven't popped the question, you don't want to marry me, so and that's cool. But now
Just
I'm
say
gonna
that.
be out, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like you don't even gotta say it. It's clear at this point.
That's true too.
It's clear at this point because what else do you need
Right.
that you haven't communicated? Because if it's something else that you need,
That I'm missing. You should
in
have
order
said
to
something.
get in order to get to that place where you feel like you need to go get a ring, and you haven't said anything, then like, what are we doing? Right. You gonna go next, or you want me to?
I know. Ooh. It says, who hurt you and what have you done to heal?